Hello, today in this first video on ExtremeSFX.com, we are going to show you how to create custom latex cuts, gashes, and wounds, transforming yourself into a bloody accident victim. To do this, you will need a few things: liquid latex, modeling wax, flat plastic surface, makeup sponges, translucent powder, powder brush, paper towels, and cotton rounds. Starting with a torn makeup sponge, begin by stippling a layer of liquid latex onto a flat plastic surface in the basic shapes you want your injuries to be. Make this first layer bigger than you actually want the injuries to look, because you will need a nice thin edge that will blend seamlessly into the skin. A torn sponge works best for stippling latex because it creates an uneven texture that will look much more natural than the straight lines a makeup sponge would otherwise leave. Let the first layer of latex dry. You can blow dry it if you want it to dry quickly, or just let it air dry. Add a second layer of latex over the first, stippling it not quite all the way out to the edge of the first layer, and let dry. This is the base of your prosthetic pieces. Now you'll begin to create the three-dimensional shapes of your injuries. We will show you examples of how to use paper towels, cotton rounds, and modeling wax to create a range of shapes and textures. They all have different qualities, so decide what works best for you. We started our first piece by ripping up pieces of paper towel, rolling and twisting them into long cylinders, then pressing them into the latex to create a big gash. Next, stipple a layer of latex over the paper towel, making sure to get the latex into all the little cracks and crevices without squishing the paper towel completely flat. Cotton rounds were used in the next injury piece. We applied them in the same way as the paper towels, by ripping them into long strips, twisting them slightly, and pressing them onto the latex to create a large gash. Carefully stipple a layer of latex over the cotton. Next, we used modeling wax to sculpt a small cut. Soften the wax a bit by squishing it around with a palette knife or popsicle stick first, so it isn't chunky. Once the wax is a bit soft, you can mold and shape it however you need for your wound prosthetic. Apply the wax in small pieces, blending the edges seamlessly down onto the latex base. Now we are going to start 3 more wound prosthetics using similar techniques to the first 3. Remember, this isn't an exact science. Experiment with the supplies to get the looks that you want. After each layer of paper towel, cotton, or wax, stipple a layer of liquid latex. Once we have the basic shapes of the wounds formed, we go back in with tiny bits of torn paper towel and cotton, giving the wounds more definition and texture. Make sure to stipple the liquid latex over every layer of paper or cotton. You can add as many layers as you need to achieve the look that you want. Dry the latex in between each layer. You can let the pieces air dry or blow dry them if you want them to dry more quickly. Once we have the basic shapes of the wounds formed, we go back in with tiny bits of torn paper towel and cotton, giving the wounds more definition and texture. When your latex wound prosthetics are done and dry, dust over them with translucent powder. You can then begin to peel them carefully off of your plastic surface. Peel off each prosthetic very slowly, powdering underneath as you go. Dry latex will stick to itself if it is not powdered, so make sure to powder the pieces very thoroughly. Thank you for watching the first video of our Bloody Accident Victim Makeup Tutorial series. You can purchase all of the products used in this video at extremesfx.com. If you enjoyed this tutorial, like, share, comment, and check out the next video at extremesfx.com to learn how to apply the latex prosthetics you just made.